there are any pro-Second Amendment candidates that are here that have not checked in, if you are running for office and you're not on our list or have not been invited, if you are interested, feel free to see our Second Amendment Rally Coordinator, Eric Sudarsky, over here. And also I'd like to point out that some of the candidates that are running for office that were invited here today may bring up some things outside the realm of firearms. They are candidates running for office. They need to have some of the issues be heard that they are supporting and where they're standing. So we ask that you keep that in mind. And at this point, I would like to now call John Weidler to come on up for his flag ceremony and also the Pledge of Allegiance.
You represent about 2 million people in this state that are too lazy to come out and defend their rights and their liberties. Thank you very much for coming out. As is standard policy with CCDL events, we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oath Keepers is a nonpartisan association of current serving military, National Guard, Reserve, veterans, peace officers, and first responders, as well as citizens who will stand with us and take the oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help us God. I'm reminded too often nowadays that it used to be so much easier. If we wanted to look for our enemies, we looked offshore, we looked someplace else. It's a shame that's not the case anymore. Not long ago, 4 United States Supreme Court justices voted to rescind the Second Amendment rights and liberties for individual citizens. They said they don't apply. If there is no Second Amendment, there are no rights. All we'll have is privileges granted to us by the government. We were one Supreme Court justice vote away from losing the right to keep and bear arms that was given to us by our forefathers. The wars in Mexico with the narcotics now are taking more lives than the total lives lost in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's because their citizens do not have the right to carry weapons. They cannot be armed. Virginia Tech is a hint of what's coming. 9/11 was just a warning shot. When we leave Iraq and Afghanistan, all hell is going to break loose. We've been there before. Teddy Roosevelt, when he was president prior to World War I, had some thoughts. He knew what was going on. He said, as a nation, we had to prepare ourselves. He told us what we had to do. He said, while he was president, we should establish shooting galleries in all large public and military schools. We should maintain national target ranges in all parts of the country. We should in every way encourage the formation of shooting clubs in all parts of the land. It's unfortunately true that the great body of our citizens shoot less as time goes by. To meet this challenge, we should encourage practice by every means of our power. Thus and not otherwise will we be able to preserve peace in the world. Will we be fit to hold our own against the strong nations? Teddy Roosevelt knew. Our founders knew. 2 centuries of Americans knew. We knew how to answer the challenge of the age, to arm ourselves and to be prepared. The first step to avert war and to be fit for war, if it should come, is to teach our men, and I add the fact our women, to shoot. Will this republic fall on my watch? Will I fail to pass on all the blessings of our forefathers? To be born free is a privilege. To live free is an honor. To die free is our responsibility. It's a responsibility of every citizen to dedicate themselves, mind, body, and spirit, our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor, to passing into the next generation all the freedoms that have been given to us at our birth. I and all the other oath keepers of this nation have taken an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Second Amendment is part of that Constitution. I'd like to take this time to offer the opportunity for those of us that have taken the oath to reaffirm our oath, and those that haven't, to take an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. I'll ask now Steve LaPlante, who's the Connecticut Chapter Vice President, to administer the oath to anybody who wishes to take it. It's been a while that we've talked that I've asked the oath keepers to step forward to take the oath. But rather than that, anybody who doesn't take the oath, step back and get out of the way and then let us do what we're doing. Here's Steve.
Good afternoon. If you would like to take the oath, please raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Biden,
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America
against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I take this oath freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, pledging my life, my fortune, and my sacred honor. So help me God. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. You've just sworn an oath to defend your country.